Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you from, gosh, I'm not sure. I'm not aware of where this place is. You're going to have me...
For the sake of this episode, I need you to be coming from 1980s New York.
Okay, right on. 1980s New York. That's where I grew up. That's in the early stages of my life, and I can be there. I'm bringing my mind back to those days, and I can tell you a little bit about that.
Please do.
Yeah. But first, who are you?
I was getting ready for the origin story. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go with Lawmaster J today. I'm going to try and lean into it. Did a lot of research for the lore today. I did a lot of research, a lot of homework. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good episode. These are two characters that I am extremely unfamiliar with. So I had to do a lot of work, and I did. So let's see how that goes.
Well, look, I think it's paying off. People are raving about your Dracula episode with the Fury's Finest guys.
Fury's Finest. Well, they're the lore masters, right? I aspire to be, 1% of them. So they did a great job on that.
Yeah. But yeah, people remarked about how much they enjoyed it. And it was on Dracula, which is not necessarily the most popular character, but nonetheless, people were raving about all the lore they got out of that show.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, but today we're going to go through exciting times. Not only do we have a new box to review, but we have a box to review with a brand new affiliation.
Oh my God, new affiliation. When was the last new affiliation?
Ooh, that's another year-end question, or maybe a pub quiz question.
I should have known that. I should have come prepared with that.
That's a great question, though. Was it New Mutants, maybe?
It might have been. No, surely not. Maybe it was. Maybe you're right. I mean, Dracula and Legions of the Lost, but does that count? Not really.
Well, even still, I think New Mutants was after them.
Oh, Apocalypse was after New Mutants.
Oh, was he? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
All right.
But still, it's been a while.
This is one of those things that we leave in the show for all of our Patreon and other subscribers to write to us in the Discord. Otherwise, why come there at all?
Oh, speaking of which, look at this, Norbert. Oh, conveniently on my desk right here, I have a Blue Marvel and Spectrum box.
Looks great.
Yeah. When is yours coming in the post?
I have one.
Okay, nice. You have one. Okay. Well, this one is going to our lovely Patreon subscribers. So if you're listening to this episode and you are subscribed to our Patreon, you will be entered into a giveaway. I will pull a name from a hat and I will send you the Blue Marvel and Spectrum box. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, you can become one, and I will draw the name out of the hat like in a week or so once this episode goes live, so you have a chance to win it. It's just a handful of pounds, and we do Patreon exclusive episodes on there, mostly interviewing winners of events to ask them, how'd you do that? How'd you do that thing there? And we do affiliation deep dives and all kinds of things like that. So yes, and it's the new year, so I guess this is the last time we'll say it, but we now, our Patreon episodes are Patreon exclusive, so not many of them, if any, will go public for everyone. So if you want to listen to the real sweaty stuff with the real champions that know more about the game than we do, then you can go be a Patreon subscriber, and you also get some nice giveaways sometimes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And you gave away some customized Team Tactics cards that people really like, too.
Yes. Across the Bifrost Championship exclusive Tactics cards. You can't get them anywhere else. If you can't come to our events, then you have to be a Patreon to get the cards.
Yeah, and they look great. People are really thrilled with them. So
yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, cool. So definitely join all the fun on the Patreon. Cool. So let us get right into it, as we traditionally do, by reviewing the CP number of this box. CP 129, none of this newfangled MCP number scheme. This is still good old MCP naming scheme.
Right. New year, new me. I'm diving in head first on these CP box numbers, right? I now really care about this stuff. Okay.
So you're going sweaty on the CP numbers.
Yeah. We're taking them seriously. This jumps. The numbers are jumping around.
Yes.
This is CP 129, and you've got Valkyrie and Elendil and the Warriors 3 coming around the same time. CP 94.
What? It's madness.
What's going on?
It's this is why we can't have nice things. People are always, messing around with these numbers. There's mayhem on the other side. This is why Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom are not out yet.
Because of CP box numbers?
Yeah.
They're waiting to get to CP 444 to do them. That's why. So we've got a few years to wait.
So get out there and start buying boxes, people. We need to keep this game going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. CP 129 on Jarvis's protocol is the number you want to type in to get follow along with all the information that we're about to impart to you. And Jamie and I thought we would start. So there's two people, Spectrum and Blue Marvel. We're going to start with Spectrum. in part because she's the leader of the group, but also because you have some really interesting and perhaps a little awkward lore to impart to us about
I would
her.
say awkward. It's like, heavy. Not
Heavy.
Is it heavy? It's political commentary, which is something that we don't touch on much on this podcast. We try and keep things nice and chill, but these are two really important characters, like historically and in the kind of comics world. So yeah, we're going to be touching on some of that stuff in the lore.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm ready. Let me hear about it. Yeah, because I don't know anything about these two characters, which I'm ashamed to say. So I'm looking forward to understanding them better.
Cool. All right. So Spectrum, aka Monica Rambeau. Have you seen WandaVision?
Yes.
Okay. So Monica Rambeau made their MCU debut in that show.
Oh, okay.
They were were they a cop or they were some kind of good guy, and they got their powers by going through Scarlet Witch's like hex shield thing.
Yes, I remember.
Times.
I remember this. Yes. Okay, interesting.
So that was a while ago, and then the Marvels came out. Have you seen that?
What's it about?
That has got Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Spectrum in.
No,
it's the three of them. Oh, it's actually an okay film. I'll probably get hate comments for saying that. I think it's a good film.
Oh, wait a minute. This was a film, not a TV show.
Yeah. A movie.
Yes, I did see it. I liked it, actually. I did like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Best post-credit scene since Endgame. No spoilers. Okay. You see Spectrum really kind of doing Spectrum stuff in that. Decent film, apart from the weird musical number in the middle, but ignore that. Anyway, that's the MCU Spectrum, but we're going to be talking about the comic book Spectrum, okay? Monica Rambeau. Okay. So we'll start that by not actually saying Spectrum too much, because Monica Rambeau debuted in a Spider-Man comic, by the way, The Amazing Spider-Man number 16 in 1982.
Ooh.
So that's important. Take us back, Norbert. What was 1982 New York like?
No, 1982, I can tell you. So some of the things I wanted to mention is I used to travel through the Bronx to get down to Manhattan for various things. And I still remember the subway cars were full of graffiti to the point like you felt like you were in a cave because they were so dark with the graffiti from on the windows and inside. And I remember driving, the train is on elevated tracks going past all these plots of land in the Bronx, and it was nothing but rubble. Like it was just buildings, either knocked down or collapsed, and it was just bricks. I remember distinctly just like dry areas of dirt and then piles of bricks everywhere.
Yeah,
it was not great. Those were not, and plus, I think that was also when HIV was kicking off, and so that was happening as well. Everybody was getting nervous about that. It was rough. It was a bit rougher type of time, even though it has lots of good cultural aspects to it in terms of the economy and how people were around. It was rougher.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the world that like the Marvel writers are kind of, they're commuting to work through that, right? Okay. That's because they're, Marvel is in New York, right? Am I making that up? Or they just write their stories in New York?
They used to, they used to have headquarters in Manhattan.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I thought I was being stupid for a second. So yeah, that's the kind of time that these characters, or this character is being created, okay? But Monica is not in New York. She's down in New Orleans. She's part of the New Orleans Harbor Patrol.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what that is. Is that like sea police?
Yeah, it's basically like the security and control of the harbor. So
right.
making sure the boats are coming in and out okay, and the people who are supposed to be there are there or not there.
Boat police.
Yeah, it's like police. Yeah, I suppose, but just for the actual harbor.
Nice. All right. Well, that's Monica's job. And then it's Marvel, so I'm not going to go into detail here. She walks into the wrong lab one day and gets blasted with a bunch of extra dimensional energy and gets superpowers. We've heard this, 100 times. So those powers basically, I guess, give her the ability to transform her body into any form of like energy in the electromagnetic spectrum.
Okay. Name
your favorite form of energy on the electromagnetic spectrum.
Obviously, gamma waves.
She could do that one.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. X-rays.
X-rays. Okay.
Yeah. Radio waves.
Radio waves. Wow. Okay. Spectrum. Now I get it. Spectrum.
Yeah.
Got it.
There you go. So her body can change into any kind of,
So can she tune in like radio and stuff like that? Like,
I guess so, yeah. I don't know how radio waves, I don't know how it presents itself. Maybe she can interrupt the radio, She can speak through it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. She could talk through the radios. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So, yes, and she gets a bunch of superpowers, and obviously this is quite a big deal. The reason we're talking about Marvel in the 80s is this is, one of the few black superheroes that they're now writing about. And is quite a poignant time to be doing so. And interestingly, she becomes Captain Marvel. That is the first kind of Monica. Get it, Monica Rambeau. That's the first title that she gets. It's Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And she ends up leading the Avengers. So quite a big deal, right? So the Avengers are being led by a black superhero now. In Monica Rambeau, and that's how they kind of kick off. And the design for early, at this point Captain Marvel, but for early Monica Rambeau is really cool. It's like there's like a lot of disco going on. There's a lot of different hairstyles. It's pretty cool. There's some there was some really interesting influences that they took for the character. I'd recommend people looking into it because it's like they're really trying to push the boat out there, which is cool because at this time every superhero kind of just looked like a dude with a cape,
right,
or like what you'd expect from kind of 80s Marvel. So yes, that kind of era goes on. Marvel then quietly gives Carol Danvers back the title of Captain Marvel, and Monica then renames themselves to Photon. And then Pulsar, and then eventually landing on Spectrum. So they go for a few name changes, few rebranding exercises. And this is it's funny because they show it in the Marvels movie because they're trying to come up with like a superhero name for her, and Miss Marvel just like lists off a bunch of names that she has been called in the comics. But yeah, so she lands on Spectrum for a bit, but then recently it changed her name again. Basically, I'm not getting into all the names, but there's a lot of branding stuff going on. Also, hilariously, during there's been a few kind of Marvel and DC crossovers in comic books. So at one point, Spectrum had a fight with Green Lantern.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool because they're both light-based characters, right?
Yeah.
She's fought vampires with Blade.
Yes, she's got some sort of connection with Elsa. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. So we're going to get onto that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So that's part of So she's part of a team. Which researching this, I really want to read this comic book now. It's basically like a parody comic.
Okay.
But it's Spectrum, Elsa Bloodstone, Boom Boom. There's a character called Captain, and I can't say the second word because someone complained about us swearing on this podcast once, so now we can't ever swear again.
What? But why? How did they get through the comic code?
He's called like Captain Skull.
Oh.
Okay. So, I don't know. I don't think they actually say it in the comics. This is also quite modern, by the way. I've done a time jump now. We're a little bit more modern now with this. This is like in the 2000s.
Okay.
And there's a guy called Machine Man on the team as well. Anyway, this is called Next Wave Agents of Hate. So it's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and hate stands for, give us a guess.
Hate. Heavy artillery terminal ending.
Oh, that's close. It stands for highest anti-terrorism effort.
Oh, okay.
So nearly. But that was run by a character called Dirk Anger. Can you figure out who that might be a parody of?
Dirk Diggler?
No, a Marvel parody.
Oh, okay. No, I don't.
Dirk Anger is a parody of Nick Fury.
Oh, nice. Love it.
So he's running.
So this whole comic is full of that sort of stuff. Is that?
I think so. Yeah, that seems to be the idea. Yeah. And basically, it turns out that he's a bad guy. There's hate or evil, and that they're like creating threats to justify their existence to get that like government money. Basically,
yeah.
So there's a bit of that, but basically that's where Spectrum and Elsa kind of connect, and Spectrum is like kind of leader, has led the Avengers before, used to be a boat cop, is very like the leader of the group, and kind of by the book. And Elsa Bloodstone is a bit more like just gets results, wants to blow stuff up, has guns, and so there's like an interesting dynamic there. Elsa does respect Monica Rambeau because of like she's kind of unshakable, she's a real leader, all that stuff. But yeah, that's their thing. That's their little dynamic, and we'll get onto that later, right? Because they have a team up card.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I knew this, only because of that card.
Yeah, it kind of came out of left field, so I'm glad I figured out where that came from.
Okay.
She's also had a fling. This was fun. She's also had a fling with Brother Voodoo.
That dirty Brother Voodoo. Look at him.
Is a token in the game, not a character, right? Oh, that's Brother Daniel. Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. Who's Brother? Oh wait, it's Brother Daniel.
Daniel is the spirit, his brother. It's in the spirit world. So
but he's Dr. Voodoo. Oh, so who's Brother Voodoo?
Oh. There's a Brother Voodoo and a Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah. Oh no, maybe it's Brother Voodoo is Jericho Drum, who is Dr. Voodoo. Maybe Brother Voodoo is him.
Yeah, before he became a doctor, before he got his degree.
Yeah. Oh, he got the name Doctor after serving as the Sorcerer Supreme. Okay, so I guess it's a pre-Sorcerer Supreme Dr. Voodoo.
Okay, right
anyway,
on. So they had a fling. Wow,
they had a fling. Yeah.
Who
and then
broke
later
it off?
I don't know. I didn't go that deep.
Okay,
I didn't go that deep.
That's another Discord community question.
What happened between Spectrum and Brother Voodoo?
Yeah.
Time forward, skip. She becomes the leader of the Mighty Avengers, who are the more kind of like cosmic level Avengers.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. Or field leader, sorry, because I think Luke Cage is the leader at some point. I don't know.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
What is he doing in outer space?
Heroes of Hire, man. He's going where the money is. They probably pay good. And during her time in the Mighty Avengers, she started to catch feelings for Blue Marvel. After he healed her after she had a fight with Proxima Midnight. So there's a lot of MCP crossover here.
Yeah, really.
There's a lot of relevance here. So yeah,
you could write a little campaign series about this.
Yeah, little narrative thing. Yeah, there you go.
Narrative thing. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So where's the heavy part? What?
We'll get onto that later. It's kind of where they compare to Blue Marvel. But the thing is here is like during the 80s, like Marvel always trying to kind of push things along, right?
Yeah.
They're very much a symbol of like their time. It's the reason why I like X-Men so much because there's loads of connections you can make to like civil rights movement and like even like you mentioned HIV and stuff like that. Any kind of like minority, you can easily kind of draw a line to X-Men, and Marvel are really good at that. I think they're really good at kind of covering those things. So the thing with Spectrum, which we'll get to after we talked about the Blue Marvel lore stuff, but the idea is that it's a black superhero who has kind of worked their way up, proved themselves, and then becomes accepted by becoming the leader of the Avengers.
Sure.
Which some people say is quite, forward thinking for Marvel at the time.
I can believe that. Absolutely. Yeah. Sure. Cool. All right. Any other thoughts?
On the lore? No.
Okay. That's a pretty impressive pedigree. Yeah. I mean, gosh, some other characters that have been around longer seem to have shorter stories.
No. She's done so much. I gave you like the highlights. There's so much more. Like she's tangled with Galactus. She's worked for Galactus. Like a good guy Galactus. I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
As a whole, there's loads of stuff. So this is just a scrape. If you want the full download, just go and listen to Furious Finest. They'll give you the much more detailed lore than I can.
Or read some comic books. Why not?
That. Yeah, do that.
That's what it's all about. All right, let's get into this lady then, because this sounds interesting. She is a 4 threat today. She's a 4 threat, and she is got 3 physical defense, 4 mystic, 4
well, it's been a while, isn't it, Norbert? You did that in the wrong order. It's been a while. You're rusty, man.
I totally am, because we've been doing so many special episodes. All right, let's start over. 3 physical, 4 energy, and 4 mystic. She's got 6 hit points on both sides of her card. She is size 2, but she moves long and has some smoking Patrick Bown artwork, particularly on her injured side. I love that.
That is really cool. Yeah.
He does a great job. So 4 threat with these stats seems really good.
Yeah, long mover. I actually didn't realize she was a long mover. When I was doing all the lore stuff, she can sometimes move at the speed of light. Oh. And I left that out because I was like, she's only a medium mover. Let's not talk about that. She's a long mover. So yes, she is super fast.
Sure. And skipping ahead, one of her innates is flight, so that makes sense. So she's going everywhere she wants to go. Yeah. I'm really impressed so far. 4 threat with all these stats seems really good. Obviously, people don't like weak physical because physical is so prominent in the game, but 3 is still pretty respectable.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's talk about attacks. Her first one is a physical attack called Gamma Strike. It's range 2, 6 dice. Doesn't cost anything, and it's a gainer. She gets 1 power after the attack is resolved. She's got a wild stun on it, which takes place after the attack is resolved. Seems good for a 4 threat, 6 die.
6 die feels
gainer.
Good. Am I rusty too? Is 6 die quite good for a 4 threat?
I thought so. I mean, 5s are not unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 is what's his? Is Galactus. I keep trying to say Galactus. No, Apocalypse. What about Shang-Chi, who gets dinged all the time as having too much?
Yeah, Shang-Chi has 6 dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it's a lot of
And
dice.
it's a gainer, so that's nice. You always know how much power you're going to get from it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
nice.
short range, but I mean, this is harkening back to the old days when those were pretty standard. So
Yeah.
that's fine. Let's talk about her next attack. It's another no-cost attack, but it's energy this time, and it's called Photon Blast. It's beam 4, only 4 dice, though. It's another gainer, where she gains a power after the attack. But it'd be for each one. Don't forget. So, like, if she beams 3 people, she'd get 3 power. But also, she could re-roll all of the attack dice for this attack. Wow.
Yeah. This is absolute money, right?
Sure.
Am I being too hype for this attack? This is crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is only 4 dice, but you basically get 2 bites at the apple for it with it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, reroll. It's all attack. Okay, fine. That
It's
does
all.
make it more normal. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That is more acceptable. Fair enough. Yeah, because I guess reroll any, that kind of becomes like a 6-7 dice attack.
Yes.
Yeah, reroll always nice. It being a beam 4 and you gain after each attack, that's huge, right? She's going to get a ton of power off of this.
Yeah. Exactly, because it doesn't matter what happens to the target. If she just wants to, farm some power, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Beam 4, you're always going to get. And also, the core rules changed recently, so you no longer hurt your friends with beams.
Yeah.
So it is a good time to be Spectrum right now.
All right, and then she has a spender. It's called Pulsar Wave. This time, it shows it as a physical, but she can actually choose to make it energy if she wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Range 3, 8 dice, costs 4. After the attack is resolved, you can place her within 1 of her current position, and it's got a wild.
Place. Oh yeah, hang on. After the attack's resolved, place this character within 1 of its current position.
Yeah.
Oh, so she places 1 off herself.
Correct.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then it's a wild throw as well, and she can throw the defender size 4 or less, and throws it away medium. So interesting. Throws are always great. So this one goes quite far, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to switch the attack type is really nice. I find it not odd, but like, how would you? We'd have to see what else is in her kit. But it's interesting that she can put herself within 1 of her current position. Like, how could she use that? Why would that be good?
I guess it's for lining up the beam. Photon blast. Like maybe she need like a perfect positioning. I guess it was probably more relevant before, where she was going to hurt her friends with the beam. A little place 1, because she's only a small base. It's not, You're not going very far with that.
Right.
So yeah, not sure. But hey, it's automatic place. It's fine. It's good.
Can you tell me, if you are range 3 from a target and they drop their token, is it within range to pick up?
Oh, I need to get my rulers out. I believe that's too far.
Yeah, I wonder if it is, because this would be nice then, because then you'd be able to pop yourself a little bit closer and pick up that token.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've been displaced, you can save a move action, right, by just placing back onto a secure with this.
Yes. Yeah.
It's interesting. There is a really cute thing where, because the throw is away, if you don't have the perfect angle that you want to throw them at, you could place 1 to get yourself a better angle on that throw away.
I was thinking of that too, but it's the throw is before damage is dealt.
So you can't even do that.
You can't do that.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's strange, but hey, automatic place is fine.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You have to do it, but that means you could move.
Stay
where you are, essentially.
Yeah. Worth mentioning as well, in your box, including the box that we're giving away on our Patreon, you can come subscribe and try and win it. In the box, the card that comes with this, that attack is 0 cost, but it should actually be 4 cost. So
right.
Sure
good point.
Take a pen to that.
Nerf before her time. It's terrible. Okay. Cool. So let's talk about her superpowers, and we'll come back to the leadership ability. So the first one is a reactive one called Energy Boost. It costs 2. When this character or another allied character within 4, that's good, really far, makes an attack, during the create attack dice pool step, you can use the superpower. The attacking character adds 2 dice to his attack roll, and it can only be used once per turn. Well, 2 power for 2 dice seems okay.
Yes, it's the more important thing is it's 2 power for 2 dice on a character that generates a ton of power, right? Because your beam, you're going to have loads of power here, and the leadership, which we'll get to, is a power generating one. So I think Spectrum their job is going to be charge up loads of power and then use that power to give other people dice. And I've got a few Thanos loving friends who are shouting about this, because this is one half of Death's Decree.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Also, she can give this to herself and make that photon blast one of the attacks in the photon blast 6 dice.
Yeah.
Which now is kind of scary.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, right. So she can support herself this way, and she seems like she'll be able to gain power quite steadily. And so I feel like she could use this once per turn quite often.
Yeah, for sure. It's a nice leader kit, right? Kind of like some long range attacks, like a long move, and that like supporting ability.
Yeah.
You know, I can see her kind of, because you don't want to throw your leader into a fight, so I can see her kind of skirting around the outside of a fight, just supporting the other people going in, which is very cool.
Okay. So she's got an innate superpower called multi-spectrum energy absorption. When this character is defending against an attack, for each wild in a defense roll, it may change one of the attacker's crit wilds or hits into a blank. This character gains 1 power for each die changed in this way. Wow. That just happens. Amazing.
No matter the type.
Yeah.
All attack types. Yeah. So I've played a lot of Bishop, and this ability is sneaky amazing, but you can't rely on it. You basically need to forget about it and just celebrate when it comes up. Because this can turn 3 physical health and 6 health. 3 physical defense and 6 health on both sides is like not that tanky. And there will be games where Spectrum just falls over, right? Because she didn't roll any wilds on her defenses. But if a couple wilds show up, it suddenly turns the tide massively. Because this can stop triggers too, right? Because if they're looking for a wild trigger and you roll a wild, you can turn their wild to a blank and they don't get the trigger. Yeah. So this can out of nowhere, she could become super tanky.
Remind me of which affiliation leaderships have the ability to make it something into a wild? Does that exist? Is it Doc Ock 2?
Oh, Modoc you're thinking of. Wait, to turn things into a wild?
Yeah, not the other way around. Because I think Steve 3 is where you roll a wild, you get things, like a hit or something like that.
No, it's up around. So Steve 3 is the one that turns dice into wilds. So if you roll a hit on Steve 3, you can turn a dice to another result.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So she'd be great, and that's the affiliation I'm thinking of then.
She stops that. Yeah. But this ability becomes really good if you can add extra dice to this character. So it's great on Bishop because he usually runs around with Cable, who can give him extra defense dice. So if you have anyone that can give out extra defense dice, giving them to Monica is really good because her quality is a little bit higher.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like also like, what's his name? Gambit. Gambit works like this.
Yeah. Why it's counted as double. So this is arguably better than that on defense because you're doing a reverse pierce and you're gaining a power for it as well. So it's a real Uno reverse.
Yeah. So I think you're right though. It's one of those things that if the wilds don't show up, then you'll be sad.
Yeah, I'd say don't rely on this, and just be prepared. I think treat Monica as if they're fragile. And sometimes they just won't be. That's the way to go into this. Because if you go in expecting to roll wilds on defense and you don't, they just have 3 physical defense and 6 health, so they'll just daze and KO. So I think it's a bonus basically.
Okay, and then lastly, she's immune to bleed, incinerate, and poison. Which
that's
actually,
cool.
Yeah, very good. This seems like good counters against APOC. Incinerate and poison going away.
Probably the least effective effects you can give out. She'll still get slowed and rooted.
Yeah, slow and rooted. Man.
Yeah. But still, handy things to be immune to.
Okay.
Oh, she fights Dracula.
Oh,
in the comics, and then she can't get bled. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
She's immune to bleed. There you go. Good Dracula counter.
Very handy against Draculas.
There you go.
Where do you see her splashed? Do you have any splashes for her? I said First Avenger. That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, Oh, hang on. First Avenger, are you saying because you can use the leadership on defense rolls?
Oh, can you?
No, you can't. It's only attacks.
Attacks. Oh, yeah, bugger.
Yeah. So not great there. Not great there. But I don't know. So the thing with Spectrum is they remind me a lot of a character that we used to be terrified of and no longer gets played anywhere, but never got touched. Crimson Dynamo. Which shows you the effect that a crisis rotation can have on a character.
Yeah.
Where that guy was a menace, right? He was in every list because we were all playing down the middle and he has this aura of defensiveness and he's all about the sending up beams. So he's very similar to Spectrum, but you just don't see him anymore because the crisis rotation isn't like that anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you splash this character in a team that, may end up on a midline and doesn't want to be on a midline because she can maybe help with that with lots of power generation, giving out extra attack dice. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure. She's very much a leader. I think she's the kit is very much to be a leader of the Mighty Avengers. It feels, because she's kind of like a supporty character. But yeah, like the beam is only going to get you so far in the current crisis rotation, but who knows what happens in the future, right?
She could be a flipper, an energy thing flipper.
That's true.
There's only one though, right? Isn't it just Deadly Meteors? That's
Deadly
energy?
Meteors, which actually is a great shape for her, right? Deadly Meteors is pretty midline, so she can run around flipping those with her 4 energy defense and beaming people.
Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like she wants to. She doesn't have action compression, so I feel like she wants to get to a good spot and then shoot from a distance, possibly helping people out as well.
Yeah, I feel like this character, the attack suite kind of suggests that they would have hit and run.
Yeah.
But hit and run on a long mover is probably a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But yes, I think she wants a midline fight basically, for the most part.
But not be in the scrum.
No.
Just outside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. Let us talk about her leadership then. It is called Stronger Together Than Apart. And it's the new one, Mighty Avengers. Once per turn, when an ally character would gain 1 power or more, it may choose to gain 1 power less. If it does, after the effect is resolved, choose an allied character. The chosen character gains 1 power. Wow. So it's like Inhumans, but distanceless.
Yeah, I would compare it more to A-Force.
Okay, yeah.
But it can work on attacks as well. Really interesting wording here. And I think the way this leadership's worded is why people are excited about this affiliation, because there's so many weird things you can do with it. Because, when a character would gain 1 or more power, that covers 90% of the game, right?
Yeah.
So I first saw this and was like, oh, cool. I think you take people like, well, actually, Spectrum's really good because she's doing a big beam that generates a bunch of power. She doesn't need all that power. She can pass 1 to someone else. That's fun. But there's all kinds of things you can do, like, when Wong meditates, he gains the power, so he can put that onto someone else instead.
Yeah.
And people are coming up, well, I'm not going to list all the things because people are coming up with 100 different ways to, trigger this leadership.
Well, but let's face it. Basically, it means you're going to get 1 to transfer 1 power on your when you're attacking, like when you're active, rather, but also when your opponent is going.
Yeah.
Because if they do damage to you, you're going to gain power for that typically, and then therefore you can switch power again.
Yeah, it essentially translates into 1 extra power per activation, sort of. So which is interesting, right? Because A-Force leadership is widely seen as a pretty good leadership, and you only get power from that when you take damage.
Right.
So this is, in theory, double that?
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Yeah, which makes A-Force's leadership seem sad now.
Well, hold on, that actually might be, because this is once per turn. A-Force is... Oh, so A-Force isn't once per turn, but a character can only benefit from it once per turn.
Oh, okay. So it can happen more often.
This is once per turn, full stop. So they're probably a little bit equal.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Different and equal, which is perfect. That's what you want.
It's great. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think there's going to be some really cool ways to implement this. And power leaderships are just fun. Yeah. By the way, they're like some of the most fun ways to play. Sure. You pass power around, and all your characters can do more stuff more effectively.
Okay. Yeah, amazing. So I don't see her particularly benefiting from this, more than anybody else, though. Right?
No, Spectrum does not need power. She gets enough.
She wants to give it away. Probably.
She wants to give it away. Yeah. So I think she's great she's great as a leader, I think.
Okay. Right. Let's take a look at her tactics cards. Actually, let's first talk about the Mighty Avengers tactics card that comes in the box. It's called the Ultimates. It's an active action one, so it takes up an action whenever you're activating this card. And it says, during a Mighty Avengers character's activation, any number of allied Mighty Avenger characters may spend 1 or more power to play this card. The activating character makes the empowered assault attack shown above. Ooh, so this feels like a Helios laser kind of a thing.
Yeah. This is their version of that, right?
I guess so, because let's see. It's a physical attack, range 3, doesn't cost anything, doesn't have any dice attached to it. You get to choose whether it's physical or energy, and then you add dice to the attack roll equal to the amount of power spent to play this card. Also, if you get a wild, you get energy overload before damage is dealt. The defender and each other enemy character within 2 of it gain the stun special condition. And that's before damage, I'll emphasize, so that's the good one.
Yeah, that's a big deal, by the way, because giving out damageless stun is really strong. They took it away from Nightcrawler for a reason. Like it's really good. So you can target a character. If there's like 2 characters, one of them has 0 power and one of them has a bit of power, you can shoot the one with power and give the other one stun without dealing any damage to them. So they now have no power and can't gain it. very easily. So that's really strong, right? Just there, right? And then it's a Helios laser.
Yeah, Helios laser. So, I mean, it's definitely, it doesn't come with 2 dice like that one does to begin with. It's also, the other one's range 5, I think. This is range 3. But without thinking about it too much, I mean, this Mighty Avengers feels like a attrition-y type of faction. And so having this in year 5 could be a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's a power leadership, so there's going to be a lot of power floating around. Spectrum, as we've said, generates loads, so she can dump loads of power into this. And the next character we're going to talk about, Blue Marvel, is a perfect person to use this card because, spoiler, but they count skulls.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So you can do a Helios laser that counts skulls off of that guy, which is huge. So I think this is a every game card, to be honest, because Helios lasers is just great. And if you're playing Mighty Avengers, you are playing Spectrum, and that she funds this card really well. And you're probably playing Blue Marvel, who uses this card very well. So I think that we'll see this every game.
Yeah.
So long as those 2 characters make it every time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love this card. Sounds like a good faction so far.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into her character-specific cards. Let's see, are these any of these? There's all unaffiliated. Nope, there is one. I'll do the one that's attached to Mighty Avengers first. So this is a Mighty Avengers reactive card called Phase Manipulation with a really sweet card back. Look at that.
She's like charging up Mighty Thor and Carol, yeah.
Yeah, wow, cool. At the start of the power phase, Spectrum may play this card. When an ally character attacks this round after choosing an attack and before declaring a target, if it is within 4 of an ally spectrum, the attacking character chooses whether the attack type is physical, energy, or mystic.
That's super interesting, right?
Yeah.
I like the card art is perfect for this as well, by the way. Like you can see her, she's doing that. She's just charging everyone up within range 4, letting them do what they want. That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's any character activating within 4 of her, not just one.
Yeah, and the card's free, right?
Yes.
So I think that Spectrum's job is to stay in range 4 of her attrition friends. They're going to beat people up and give them extra dice. So this card is free. You play it on a round when you're expecting to do that, and not only are you giving them 2 extra dice to attack with, you're letting them choose the attack type.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Is it worth a tactics card slot? That's a high price, but I think that there are some matchups where choosing your attack type is really valuable, right?
Yeah.
Like, say you're going into, I don't know, Weapon X. Webs. Yeah, webs. You need loads of Mystic. You know? So suddenly, if you bring the people on the card, you bring Mighty Thor and Baron Zemo, they have good attacks, but maybe not so much into webs. Well, this card turns them into Mystic, which makes them really good. So I think this is a in your 10 card, and you bring it out on special occasions.
I agree. Also, keep in mind the way it's written, she can benefit from the card herself.
Oh, nice.
Because she's within 4 of herself.
It's also every attack, right? Yeah. When an allied character attacks this round. So it's all attacks.
Yeah, for the whole round.
It's pretty great.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely intriguing. And I like your idea, making part of the 10, maybe not the 5.
Yeah, because not every matchup you're like, oh, I really need energy this time, or but sometimes you really do. So I think, it's good in the 10. It's a good one for the toolkit.
Yeah. Playing against Red Skull 2, for sure.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that just nullifies him for a round, yeah.
Okay, right now we have 2 cards that are specific to her. They're unaffiliated. So the first one is called Going All Out. It's an active card where in her activation, she could spend 3 power to play the card. She can place herself within 2. And additionally, when she is attacking this activation, the defending character does not add crit results into the defense roll and can't add additional dice to the because of crit rolls. And can't modify his defense dice. Oh, so everything. All bad.
This is really interesting, right?
Yeah.
I think this is, I mentioned thinking about Crimson Dynamo. She gets a range 2 place with this, which is a bit like him as well.
Yep. It's like jump jets. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is when you get your sweet crisis where you want Spectrum. Deadly Meteors is a good example, right? And you've got everyone lined up and all the enemies are ready for a beam. You play this.
Yep.
It's during her activation as well, so you don't have to do it at the top of the round. You can just wait for the perfect moment. Play this, and then you just beaming the hell out of people. Really strong, right? Because it's reroll all. They can't crit anymore. You're going to start just dazing people with this. I think this is actually quite a good card.
Agreed. Yeah, I think I would like this too. Yeah, if she's doing the dream, she has 5 power, then she can spend 3 for this and then add 2 dice to one of those beam attacks on top of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess there's that big spender that she has, so she could do one, what you just said, with the 5 power, and then beam.
Yeah.
Hopefully catch 4 people in the beam, which on the right crisis, when you're playing this card, you should be able to, because it's beam 4. Then you can do the spender, which is quite good.
Oh, yeah, that too. Gosh, yeah.
Maybe save the bonus dice for the spender, so it becomes a 10 dice spender with a wild throw. So yeah, this is cool. I like this. It really shows the character of just like just out of nowhere, she can kind of explode and just be like, right, I'm going to hurt everyone now.
Going all out.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, and here's the team up card.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. It's called Strange Adventures. It's an unaffiliated reactive card. When Elsa and Monica Rambeau, so notice it's the alter ego names, not the superhero names. When they make an attack action, after that attack action is resolved, they may each spend 1 power to play this card. The character, now this is weird, the character that attacked may advance medium, but then the other character that played this card may make an attack that costs 0, targeting a character that was targeted by that attack action. Okay, so the same one, basically, I think, right? The same target.
So when one of them makes an attack action, after the attack's resolved, the one that did attack can move, and then the other one can attack
that same target.
Yeah.
So it's just a little weird.
It's very weird.
Like, what's going on here? Like, why does one get to move and the other one gets to attack? You know what I mean? Like, thematically, I'm struggling.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just like a little maneuver, right? It's just a little like flanking thing.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm looking at Elsa Bloodstone's card. You know, she's got the whole run and gun, which is hit and run that isn't once per turn. So she's very movey and attacky. So maybe the card is kind of using that. I think that Spectrum benefits from a move a lot because you can, line up a sweet beam.
That's true. Yeah, I'm looking at it the other way around. Yeah, getting her to move is good.
Yeah, Elsa doesn't need to move, really. She's always moving herself. So I think that's fine. So yeah, a Spectrum would need it. So you could, what do? You go with Spectrum, you spend a someone, you do the team up card. Spectrum can then move medium to line up a beam. And while she's doing that, Elsa can shoot the person that she just hit. That's kind of cool. Right? Yeah. That's like a lot of stuff going out. And, maybe Elsa can, because it's a 0 cost attack, Elsa can then give them Incinerate, ready for Monica to hit them again. So I don't know, there's some cool stuff. It's like a mini surprise webhead.
Yeah.
It's like just sort of out of nowhere, you can quickly just like, double tap, triple tap someone. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, Elsa has a range 4 attack that's pretty good, actually, her gun. When would you play them together, though?
That's a good point. We don't have an Agents of Hate affiliation.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I use the alter ego names instead of the superhero names.
Yeah. Look, it is odd, right? Because I think Elsa, because of the not once per turn hit and run, is really good on like the current kind of pay to flips, where you want to be moving around quite a lot and gaining a lot of power. So I could see you splashing Elsa in Mighty Avengers. Elsa can use the extra power. That's fine for the extra run and guns.
Yeah.
But then like on a pay to flip, are you going to be happy to have Spectrum there? Maybe not, because it's less movement. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think this is a character you need to see on the board. And I feel like she's very at the behest of the crisis rotations,
Yeah.
What secures that people are playing.
It's funny because we're looking at this one and usually these pair of cards is because the effect is not so great. And you're like, man, this time it looks like the effect's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like when we don't know when you'd play these characters together.
Yeah, for sure. Do you splash Spectrum in... Oh, hang on a minute, Norbert. I'm cooking. If you splash Spectrum in Elsa's Midnight Suns, then suddenly you can do beams and use Elsa's leadership, which is you can do like a boom. So each other character within 2 of the target character suffers 1. Oh my god! So you could beam and you could use the boom effect on the leadership, and you could do like some splash damage in that beam. Yeah, which is kind of cool because they're probably in range of each other.
Sure.
You could also do a beam and give them root. There's something there,
Possibly. Or, I mean, she could just be... I find Elsa's a great character to play under Blade. And so maybe it's Blade, Elsa, and Spectrum.
Yeah, versus Dracula. Super thematic. You do that. There you go. Maybe it'll be comic book fans that do this stuff.
Yeah. All the narrative guys out there.
Yeah.
Filthy casuals. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the second character in the box then. This is Blue Marvel, also known as Adam Brashear.
I think it's Brashear.
Brashear? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so lore for Blue Marvel. I know that when this guy was announced, a lot of people said they didn't know who he was. I vaguely knew, and I'm one of those people that knew because he's a character in Marvel Snap. So that's how Marvel get you. They give you all these different IPs and games and you learn all their characters. But yes, this is Adam Brashear. First appearance was in 2008. Okay. So very modern. Probably the most modern character we've reviewed on the podcast, actually.
Yeah.
I think. Even the ones that I think are modern, they end up being like, oh no, they first appeared in the 60s. This guy, fully modern. So now, his origin story is really interesting. So it starts in the 1960s, okay? So bear in mind, the comic was released in 2008, but we start in the 1960s. And origin story, part of a top secret experiment involving antimatter. Something goes wrong, obviously, superhero stuff, and he becomes a living antimatter reactor. Okay, so that's his whole thing.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But the origin story, so he's a hero in the 60s and he's basically Superman. Okay, so he's like flying around, he's fighting people. There's like a battleship that starts to sink in the ocean and he lifts it up and flies it back to port and like puts it down. So he's super strong. And he gets into a fight with this like villain dude. They're punching each other and a building falls on him and he gets up and his mask tears and people see that he's a black guy for the first time. And then there's this meeting with JFK is in this comic, and a bunch of other people, and Robert Kelly. And Robert Kelly is like an anti-mutant guy. He's often like involved with kind of setting up the Sentinels and stuff. And basically the government and all these like advisors, they come to the conclusion that having a black superhero that is that powerful isn't something that kind of fits in with the narrative of what they're going for, and people are scared by it. Because it's in the 60s. Right. They don't like it. So they basically convince JFK to ask Adam to retire. So the interesting part about this is that it's not that he's done something wrong. It's not that he's violent, and the retirement, the kind of asking him to step down is done not publicly. He's like invited to the White House and he is done quietly and like quite politely as well. And JFK gives him a medal, like a presidential medal of freedom, to be like, thank you for your service, but we need you to step down because the people aren't ready to have someone like you kind of in the forefront. So yeah, interesting commentary. And Adam accepts it, understanding, he doesn't agree with it, but he understands that this is the reality that he's living in, in 1960s America. Yeah. And the US government pretends that he dies in battle. And, they're like, yeah, that's the end of him. And then he just slips away quietly and becomes a physics professor.
Physics professor, okay.
Yeah. He's a theoretical physicist.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a sad origin story there. But then decades later, Tony Stark finds him and asks him to return to help him fight a guy called Connor Sims, which I didn't think sounded like the coolest bad guy name, but that's who he comes back to fight. And he does, and he comes and defeats him, and he joins the Mighty Avengers, which we're talking about this episode, at that point led by Luke Cage. And then eventually he joins a group called the Ultimates, which is, for one of the issues at least, was Spectrum, Black Panther, America Chavez, who is coming. We know about that. They've announced that. And Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. And they go and fight Galactus. So he's like super powerful. So this is the idea. Like decades later, it's modern day now. He's back and he's now doing his thing. And he's super powerful. I found a load of references to him being beyond Omega level, which is the scale they use to like measure mutants. Yeah.
Well, when he came back though, was he come back as like a middle-aged man, or his powers?
He didn't age. I think he aged. I think that's the little bit of grey we see in the art there. But I think because he's like super powered, he doesn't age properly. So he looked basically the same, maybe a little older. But yeah, he wasn't like 40 years older.
Right. Okay, interesting. So I'm kind of stuck on the supervillain's name is Connor Sims.
Connor Sims, yeah.
There's no comic book name on top of that.
Connor Sims alias Marvel. Let's find out. Maybe there is.
Connor Sims.
Anti-Man.
Okay, that's much better.
Much better. Yeah, there you go. That's my research let me down there. Anti-Man. Yeah, but so he's like super powerful, right? And that's the interesting kind of... Actually, to get into how powerful he is real quick. So there's a really funny panel where Namor is telling him what getting punched by Blue Marvel feels like. And he says that he hits as hard as Thor and the Hulk. Which I like. And I also like that Namor knows that. It's quite fun.
Yeah, that he got punched in the face.
He's like, of all the people that punched me, you, Thor, and the Hulk are the worst. Yeah. He also punched Sentry so hard once that he went into orbit. And he knocked out the Hulk with a single uppercut.
Oh, that's just like in the films. Remember, Thanos did that to Hulk.
Yeah,
poor guy.
Yeah, he beat him up bad. Yeah.
One roundhouse though. Remember, he came around that corner charging Thanos, and Thanos was just like tong. And then he kind of swung. His momentum kept him going, and he just kind of fell onto the floor.
I don't remember that fight so specifically. I'm gonna have to go watch that again.
I don't know why it came to me. You know why I was watching? There's so few so few Hulk things on the screen. I probably was watching one of those YouTube things where they stitch together all the ones that exist.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Thor uppercutting him.
Was it Thor?
Thor, yeah. You said Thanos.
I thought it was Thanos.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Hulk's been uppercut a few times. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one took him out. Yeah, and then quickly, more power level stuff. He's invulnerable. Doesn't require air, food, or water to survive. So he can just go and fly out into space and doesn't care. Yeah, he's basically Superman. There you go.
Huh. Yet another Superman.
Yes, exactly.
In Marvel. They can't get enough. They're like, we really want to be Superman, but we can't, so we keep creating characters that are like Superman.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the reason why I find this interesting, the lore stuff, like the kind of the race commentary is super interesting. So Monica is from 80s Marvel, right? Where like the accident she was in is like, it's a tragic accident, but now she's got superpowers and she's gonna be the leader of the Avengers. Look, it's cool. And it's kind of like them showing like how, things are changing and institutions can change and be more accepting. It's like, look how cool this person is. Whereas Blue Marvel is that origin story, is in 2008 and they're very aware of what happened. And even though like, you can prove yourself, and it's almost part of the story is how powerful he is, right? He's ridiculously powerful. Yeah. So there's no question. He's also a war hero as well and a genius. He's a theoretical physicist. But there's there's no questioning his competence, yet he's still rejected.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just interesting how Marvel kind of approached race in two very different ways, in two very different kind of, I guess, times.
Yeah. It's excellent. Like you go in your earlier commentary about how they always push the envelope from decade to decade, and it's true.
Yeah, and it's obviously really easy to find bad examples of Marvel doing things wrong or like or a sign of the times or whatever, but they do keep trying to push, right? And they are a sign of their times, good and bad. And I think these two characters show that really interestingly. So yeah, there you go. That's Blue Marvel.
Love it. Thank you. That's really helpful. And I want to get into his character now. How do they tone this guy down actually for the game?
Yeah, he could easily have been an 8 threat, like judging by what I found out.
Well, it turns out he's a 5 threat. He's got 4 physical, 4 energy, and 4 mystic defense. Excellent. He's got 7 hit points on his front side and only 6 on the back side. He's size 2, and he moves medium with flight, I should say.
Cool.
5 threat with these stats seems okay. I mean, maybe the backside could have been 7 hit points, but
7/6. Yeah, it's okay. I think we should jump ahead though to his living antimatter reactor.
Okay, this is an innate superpower. When attacking, defending, or dodging, this character adds skull results to its total successes. Oh, yeah. Amazing.
There you go,
Now, wait a minute. Does it... that's only his own, right? It's not like the opponent's skulls.
Just his, yeah.
Just his, yeah. Okay, cool.
So that makes the stat line look a bit better, right?
Well, way better. Yeah.
So, I mean, what's that? I don't know the maths on that. It's an extra die face, in a 4 dice defense. It's on dodging as well. So yeah, he's going to roll skulls. He's going to roll a bunch of skulls per game, And I love those people. You're probably one of these people. It doesn't make any sense. But some people go, oh, I'm going to be really good on Blue Marvel because I roll lots of skulls. That's not how dice work, people. But if that's how you feel, then go play this character.
Yeah, it's not skulls. Sometimes I get skull luck. It's usually just blanks and shields. Usually it's whatever's the most aggravating thing that could possibly happen to me.
Yeah.
That's what comes up.
Yeah, nice.
So these stats. Okay, so the 6 hit points is probably a little bit more acceptable now. But he looks tanky.
Yes, he is going to be not easy to get rid of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. I was just thinking about how he's going to work with Loki too, but I guess it just kind of smooths out the differences between the two roles.
Oh, because Loki is counting your skulls, but he's also counting his skulls. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Same for Dormammu, right?
Yes.
Who is kind of everywhere at the moment.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. So and that's attacking too. Gosh. So, all right, here we go. 2 attacks he's got. The first one is an energy one called Antimatter Blast. It is range 4, 6 dice, doesn't cost anything. It's a builder where he gains power equal to the damage dealt, and he's got a wild stun, which takes place after the attack is resolved. So seems great. Range 4, 6 die attack. Boom.
Yeah.
What's Black Bolt's?
Oh, good
I know
question.
he's got Pierce, but how many dice? Is it 6?
I'm looking at a different 5 threat that counts skulls. Range 4, 6 dice, energy, but Black Bolt has a pierce.
Right.
So yeah, this is but then he counts skulls. But then Black Bolt has a reroll. Basically, it's up there with Black Bolt. Black Bolt might be slightly better, but it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scarlet Witch has a range 4, 6 dice that counts skulls. She gives out conditions per skull. Yeah, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good attack is what we're getting at.
Yes, that sounds like a really good attack. The Spender is called Let Loose, another energy attack. It is area 2, which is always fun, especially now that the rules have changed. 8 dice, but costs 5, expensive. It's got 1 special ability. If you roll a crit wild, it's called Energy Pulse. After each attack is resolved, deal 1 damage to each other enemy character within 2 of this character. Then this character loses 1 power. So how does this work after each attack is resolved? So let's say there's 4 characters that you happen to catch in your area. So
that's a lucky area 2 attack if you're getting 4 attacks in. Yes, 4. Yeah.
Right. So let's say during the first attack you rolled the crit wild.
Yeah. Then everyone in the area takes a damage.
But it says after each attack resolved. My point is if I trigger it on the first attack of the 4, does it carry through to the second, third, and fourth ones as well?
No. That's after you're basically checking after each attack.
Okay.
So after each attack is resolved, you check for the trigger. If you got it, you do the trigger. Right. Then you roll again. You start the process again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is wild because you're basically going to hit that same character that you've just did damage to again for a power or damage rather, and then just other enemies that are around 2 of Blue Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen this before on Carnage, and it's really good when it comes off. And it's just like a bonus bit of damage that's getting pinged out. But the thing with this is, 5 power is a lot. He's rolling 8 dice, but he counts skulls.
Yeah.
So he's going to be doing some damage at least, right? And then you'll occasionally get this trigger off. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good attack. It's actually an appropriately costed attack when you take everything into account.
I agree. It just feels like these area 2 attacks don't happen very often.
Yeah, we're not in a world where we do those that often.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, because when do you want to bunch up with this guy? Except for maybe deadly meteors or intrusions, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, or when it might be good is just like for the wedding party and Fisk scenarios, once they start getting closer together, usually that happens.
And this is a 5 cost, right? So it's going to be like a sort of mid to late game attack.
Yeah,
which is when people are grouped up anyway. But yeah, I don't think you're doing this attack very often. You may be doing it once per game.
Let me ask you this. What if he doesn't have any power to lose? That's okay?
Then he doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't stop the ability.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think he's all about the antimatter blast and then the occasional let loose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing, to be honest. Okay, superpowers. The first one is an active one called Time's Up. It's power 3. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character, both of size 4 or less, within 3, and throw it medium. The best throw possible.
This is the best throw in the game?
Well,
right?
there's a long one, right? I mean, some people can throw long.
Not people.
Oh yeah, no people can be thrown long.
No one can throw characters long. People can throw terrain long. Usually you pay for the ability to throw something long. You're usually paying to not be able to throw people. So yeah, this is both and medium and from range 3.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, that's amazing. Storm's throw is incredible because she grabs from range 3 and it's very, very good. And that's only size 2 characters. This is size 4 characters. Yeah, this is incredible. Best throw in the game. Very, very good.
What's Bay Bills?
That is, from range 2, he throws the medium.
People and
terrain, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just a slightly juiced up version of Bay Bills, and he's well known for that superpower.
And you'd be surprised. I think we talked about it on the Noir episode. You'd be surprised at how much that range 3 matters.
Oh yeah, for
range 2, you're in danger, right? Range 2, you're on a secure with someone. You actually interacting with them. Range 3 means you can just move out of nowhere, grab someone from 3, throw them away, and then move backwards. Yep. Like this on an apocalypse is brutal. You just, if you're already miles away from him, you move into max range 3, throw him away, run away. Then he's now like so far from you. Yeah. This is really good. And it's ranged and it's size 4, which, less damage now on collisions. But yeah, this is a displacement tool. Yeah. It's amazing. It's 3 power. Under Mighty Avengers, he's always going to have 3 power. He's doing this every turn. Yeah. This is really good.
Wow. Okay, he's got a reactive superpower called Antimatter Barrier, also costs 3. When this character or another ally character within 3 is defending during the modified dice step, you can use the superpower. The defender may reroll any number of its defense dice, including skull results. This is great.
Yeah, pretty good. It is nice with Monica Rambeau because if you don't get the wilds, you can use this to fish for wilds.
Yeah.
To get like a mega defense.
Jeez. Also, it's not once per turn. It is pricey, but you could do it more than once. And yeah. And it's reroll any, the best kind. So
yeah, so you keep your blocks and do the rest. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, 3 power is a lot, but the next power we'll get to, he's going to have enough power, I think.
Okay. And then the innate superpower is called Hyper Cosmic Awareness. Whenever this character rolls dice, after the effect is resolved, it gains a power if it rolled at least 1 skull. Okay, just like a beast. Excellent.
Very good. You get a lot of power from this. You'd be surprised. Especially he's got 4/4 defenses, so you can be flipping pay to flips, and you get your power back when you roll a skull on pay to flips too.
Yes, good. Lastly, he's got immunities. He's immune to incinerate and stun. So another wedding party opportunity here.
Oh yeah.
Or which is it? The one stun is it Fisk?
It's Fisk.
Yeah. Fisk. But yeah, he could be good on the Fisk one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's pricey. I mean, at 5 threat, but feels pretty good. You just need to find a home for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere that gives him power, right? I think because he spends power really well with that antimatter barrier. I don't know if you're using the stun that often. I think that antimatter barrier is so good. You're probably using that quite a lot throughout the game. And area attacks aren't, you said it before, they're not that great. We don't see them very often. I think they tend to be overcosted and it's just a bunch of dice. Although this guy is counting skulls. This is a good area attack, I think, because he's counting skulls on it and he's rolling 8 dice.
Yeah. I think the problem with area attacks is more that you don't usually have people crowded around you.
Yeah,
that's more the issue.
Yeah, no more than 2, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's very good. He's a very when I first read this card, it felt like he's just a meat and potatoes guy. Like he's not doing anything fancy. He's not doing anything new. He's just good. He's just good, right? He makes Scarlet Witch look very silly. But I mean, Scarlet Witch is an old character, right? We're talking 5 years. Oh my God, I'm looking at it now. Scarlet Witch came out 5 years ago.
Did it? Oh, God.
And they're very similar, but he's better in every way.
Yeah.
I think, unless you count Judgment as an important thing. So, he is a modern day Scarlet Witch and in an affiliation that can power him up really nicely.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, he is affiliated not only with the Mighty Avengers, but also Defenders. So we're going to come back to that when we review the affiliations, because he does have one tactics card we should talk about first. This is a tactics card that is called the Man of Marvels. He can only use it in Mighty Avengers. It's an active card. During his activation, he can spend 3 power to play the card. Then Blue Marvel and each other allied character within 3 may choose one of the following effects. Antimatter Healing, where you can remove up to 2 damage. Energy Creation, where you gain a power. and particle manipulation, where you can place yourself within one of your current position. Seems good.
It's
I
a
guess.
battle plan card.
Yes,
right?
yes,
We've seen battle plan before, which is a fair, nice card, and this is just a different version of it. I really like it.
Yeah, I think it's
nice.
just one of those things. Is battle plans within range 3 as well?
Battle plan is within range 3, yeah, and it's a condition instead of a heal. Yeah, it's got a little heal on it. Yeah, it's basically a different flavor of that. I like it. I like it a lot. Antimatter healing is good. Removing 2 damage is good, especially on Spectrum, who's got quite a low health pool. So if you can heal her up a bit, that's great. That character gains power. I don't think you ever need that because... Oh, do you know what's hilarious? If you desperately need someone to have a power, but they're outside of range 3, you can choose energy creation, give someone a power, and then use the leadership to say they don't actually get that power. It goes to that person over there.
Yep, exactly.
So there's some cute stuff there.
Yep.
And a place 1 is cool. It's on allied characters, so not necessarily affiliated characters. So if you're splashing a large base model, then you can give them a place 1. That's a big deal. Yep. So yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah. So we'd have to see how often you get to use it to see how popular it'll get, but it's definitely worth considering, I think, too. Okay, that gets us through the 2 characters, and we thought we would wrap up the show with a bit of a review of what the new affiliation roster looks like.
Yes, a whole new affiliation.
Yeah.
What's fun about this as well is it's an Avengers affiliation, and a common complaint is that the Avengers affiliation list is too big. They could have easily just made this like another Avengers leadership, but they made a whole new affiliation for it, which I think is really cool. The Mighty Avengers is its own thing now, and it means that you don't just automatically have Shang-Chi, affiliated, and Iron Fist, and all these crazy characters. So, I really like that. I think I hope this is how affiliations are going to be put out in the future.
Me too. I like it. Okay, so I'll list them off really quickly. It's Ant-Man. It's Black Panther Chosen of Bast, so the 3rd version of him. Black Widow 1, Blue Marvel, Sam Wilson, Captain America. Captain Marvel Cosmic Avenger, so the 2nd version of her. Iron Man 1, Luke Cage, She-Hulk, She-Hulk 1, the new one's coming out still. Spectrum, and Steve Rogers, Captain America. So this is Steve Rogers 2?
Yes.
2.
Yeah, the weird one that we don't see very often.
Yeah. Does this help him? Does he get to play now?
Looking at his card for maybe the first time ever, I think... does he need power? Is that his issue? He's got a bunch of triggers. God, he would do great under Steve 3.
Yeah.
Shame that can't happen. I don't know. That character's weird. I mean, he's a brawler. To be fair, yeah, he is a brawler. And the Mighty Avengers, I think they want to brawl. They want a close brawl.
I think so, yeah.
That, with Spectrum and Blue Marvel, they want to be in a fight because they've got quite, good attacks. So maybe, yeah, I think if you really want to play Steve and not have him... If you're a Steve fan and you don't want to play him, carefully because he's your leader, chuck him in there.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Because, let's take a look at this. So She-Hulk's in there, so another bruiser. Quite big threat.
Yeah, a bodyguard is cool, but you're starting to say, if you've got She-Hulk and Spectrum, you're probably playing Blue Marvel. That's 15 threat already.
Yeah.
You're only 3 wide, and the days of 3 wide are behind us now, I think.
Yes.
It's the problem that I have with, I think, when I saw the leadership, the first thing I thought of was Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger, because she loves just soaking up power and just going crazy, being in binary form the whole game. I love it. I think it's so cool. But she's a 5 threat, and you've got Blue Marvel.
Exactly.
And you probably just play Blue Marvel, right? And then She-Hulk's a 6 threat, which is so much. So it's really rough to get those high threat models in. But they have Sam Wilson, Luke Cage, Iron Man. Those are very good 3 threats affiliated, right? Yeah. So you can pad it out with that for sure. And Black Widow 2 threat is great as well. Fantastic 2 threat.
I think also maybe Ant-Man finally gets more attention with this affiliation. Yeah, because he's a 3 threat in this affiliation that does things differently than the other ones. And so maybe that makes him attractive in certain situations.
I don't know enough about Ant-Man to comment.
Yeah.
How is he on this league? Does he need power?
He does, yeah, because you really want to do the bullet ant barrage. And that costs 4 power, and so he doesn't get it as easily otherwise. Also, he can change his size more readily if he's got power. I mean, as I understand it, what he's good at is lots of mobility at the expense of being able to carry tokens. But he's got loads of mobility.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He can soak up all the power from the leadership. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. I think Captain America Sam Wilson is good under the leadership as well because he's got a bunch of gainers and he's always making gainers, so he can basically guarantee you a leadership.
He's the battery. He was saying.
I think so. Yeah, and then that's why I really like Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger, because she is the spender of the power. Blue Marvel doesn't spend. He spends power. Okay, actually, it's not bad. I mean, maybe if you're doing the area attack, but Cosmic Avenger definitely spends it. I think she's got a great place in this, but I'm just not sure the character is really, fully up to scratch these days. I'm going to try it. I actually just bought her the other day, so I'm going to try her.
Cool.
I think she needs something like this.
So it's 9 threat for Blue Marvel and Spectrum, and probably a 3 has to be added to that. It's
Luke Cage, 12. Right? Luke Cage, one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Luke Cage with Heroes for Hire is incredible.
Your center line grab guy.
Yeah.
So that's 12 points. And that's 3 characters. So that leaves you on a typical 17-point game, 5 points to play with. So you can get a 3 and a 2 splash. I guess that's it. 3 and a 2 splash, really.
I mean, who are you splashing into this, do you think?
Well, with that kind of leadership, it's so flexible, which is one of its attractions. It could be pretty much anybody, right?
Yeah. It's power leadership, right? So it's just everyone's just is good.
Yeah, precisely. Everyone's good. So it becomes more of a matter of your play style. It becomes more a matter of how you're designing the crisis setup to fill in the gaps for what's not in affiliation. And in some senses, that's daunting because there's just so many choices. But on the other hand, it gives you a lot of room for creativity.
Yeah, I used to hear people talk about the old, or is it the current, the Cyclops leadership, where you basically split your team between batteries and spenders. And there's people that generate power but don't need it so much. So that's like Captain America Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Right. He can generate it really easily. It doesn't need to do his spender that often. So you use him to then power up other characters to spend all that power.
Yeah.
So like Cosmic Avenger is one of those. I'm thinking Mighty Thor you could splash, but maybe that's just because it's on the tactics card art and I'm biased. But she needs an extra power, to be able to charge. So yeah, I think there's a lot of room for experimentation here. We're going to see a lot of interesting lists.
Yeah. Looking at Black Panther Chosen of Bast, one of his big criticisms why people don't see him very often is he doesn't generate enough power to do all the fun stuff that he wants to do. So maybe this leadership is helping him in that regard.
Yeah, that's cool. I can see that.
Yeah. Whether that, again, fits into the overall game plan you have really depends on how you want to play them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be flexible, right? You got to be ready for a midline fight, which I think you are. You got Spectrum, Blue Marvel, they're Luke Cage. They're good in close quarters fights, maybe even She-Hulk to have a bodyguard bubble. And then you need to have a plan for when things go wide and you end up on a D map. And that's where Black Panther Chosen of Bast can come out, Black Widow can come out, Sam Wilson can come out. So I think that's fine. I think you actually leave Blue Marvel behind on those because he doesn't have any mobility. So that's when those guys come out. And Ant-Man, maybe that's when Ant-Man comes out.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it's quite a flexible list.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to take some time for people to figure this out. So, cool. Let's quickly look at Defenders since Blue Marvel is affiliated there and see what is he adding to Defenders. Now, keep in mind, there's 2 leaderships. There's the Daredevil one, which is the fighting one, and the Doctor Strange one, which lets you, you put hex on people a lot.
That's actually kind of cool because if they're hexed and you're counting skulls, the maths is suddenly way in your favor, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's look at Daredevil's because maybe he helps here more. Daredevil is once per turn, an ally character may re-roll a number of its attack dice equal to the number of enemy characters within 2 of itself.
I mean, it makes Blue Marvel's spender pretty great.
Yeah, he wants to be
surrounded already.
Yeah, he wants to be buried into the action, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do they need this character? They have a really big roster, don't they?
They have Scarlet Witch, and we never see Scarlet Witch getting played in Defenders either. It's just a different play style.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a turret character, right?
Yes.
Stand still, shoot from afar.
Yeah. Gosh, I didn't realize Echo was affiliated with Defenders too. Yeah, that makes sense. But wow, there's some good characters now in this affiliation. Jeez.
Defenders are the new Avengers, man. They got everyone in there. Yeah.
Yeah. But when are they going to? Daredevil's just not considered a good character / leader.
Do you not think?
Well, you never see him. Everybody's excited about Doctor Strange.
I think because he's new. I mean, I really like Daredevil. I'm more scared of Daredevil than I am of Strange. I think that there's some fun stuff, there's some smart stuff you can do with Daredevil as well. Because if you take mobile characters, I always talk about Amazing Spider-Man, like web swinging into the middle of your team and then using the leadership and then getting out. I think that's really smart.
Yeah.
Blue Marvel doesn't fit into that either. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think that the Doctor Strange leadership is very good into other attrition teams, but as soon as you go into a team that's going to run away from you, it's not that useful because giving hex to a bunch of web warriors who are just going to run and not attack you anyway doesn't matter. So that's where I think you could flex to Daredevil. So I think that defenders still have the best multi-leader list in the game.
Okay.
Because where you can switch between the two leaderships.
Also included in this affiliation, defenders, is Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Which means you could bring Spectrum and do all those things that we said.
Thing. Yeah, do the thing.
So let's see that Daredevil and Blue Marvel is 9. Elsa is 13. And Spectrum is 4, right? So 17.
There
17.
You go.
4 wide,
Perfect.
17. Maybe.
Yeah. 4 wide is a bit tricky. For people that don't know why we're laughing, 4 wide is a bit risky.
On the edge.
If you go against someone that's like 6, 7 wide, they start to outscore you very quickly. So yeah, it's a little rough. But we're talking about the current crisis rotation, right? We're getting another one this year. Who knows what will happen? It could, maybe they'll bring back Researcher.
Yeah. Well, do write into our Discord about your experimentation with this new affiliation and also with Blue Marvel in Defenders. We definitely want to hear how everybody is doing out there and help give people some ideas. So get into our Discord. We've got a special channel for the episode chats that you can join in on, or we have affiliation-specific channels as well, which have gotten quite busy, actually, lately.
Yeah. Do we have a Mighty Avengers one?
Oh, I only did it for the London one, so you're right.
No, we do.
I did it?
We do.
Woo! Phew. Okay.
Thank you, whoever set that up. Maybe it was us.
That was past Norbert. That guy's such a Chad.
And obviously remember that we have a box. I have it in my hands right now. It's right in front of me. We have the Blue Marvel and Spectrum box. If you want to win it, become a patron. And then a week after this episode goes live, I will be pulling a name out of the hat from all of our patrons and sending you the box.
Wonderful. Until next time, cheers and happy gaming.